Hi guys, how are you? As we are preparing for the DV 2022, there is the issue of marriage. I usually tell people, one of the reasons for being disqualified after winning the DV lottery, once you want to go to the visa interview, is making a wrong selection of the marital status. The question is, what is your marital status? Your current marital status. So there is a list there. Some people, by mistake, but most of the time I tell them is on purpose. This is me, and this is how the US government defines you. You are saying you are single or you are unmarried, but you are really legally married. It is different situation where you have a child with one person, and you are in and out, you do not know whether you have done, but you went to the wedding, you have everything, and you are going to put unmarried just because you see the hassle of getting the marriage certificate, getting the photograph or something, or failure to put the name of your children, something like that. You are going to be disqualified, no matter how much you are going to think about or whatever you want to do. And there is no sympathy, you are going to be disqualified. So in order to avoid all those kind of things, there are two things. There is one comment which I would like to appreciate, first of all, Brit Simon for what he has been doing. For those who haven't subscribed to his channel, please subscribe. The guy is also very, very good in explaining a lot of things regarding to green card. He is also the DV lottery winner, so kudos to Brit. So yeah, let's start with that one. Secondly, so there is one comment which someone screenshotted and sent to me and wanted to know whether the US Embassy did the right thing or not the right thing. So, so here is the comment itself I'm going to read, and that is Brit Simon himself on one of his video. Yeah, so someone put the name is Alice Rover, and he put the comment, "Hi Brit, we had our interview today. Well, my husband did it for us. We prepared and over-prepared, but got rejected. My husband was told that his information was a fraud, that he filled the first entry as being single, not married. We have been married for over 10 years, and that's not something we can even lie about. We had some mistakes on the dates of the missing letter or whatever. So about the children is not the thing. But the person is asking. My question is, if KCC saw the first application that they saw that my husband filled the first entry as a single, why did the KCC lead us through till interview, all payments done, just to reject us and even cancel whatever? So I want to clarify that one. Number one, it is not a responsibility of KCC to go to review your application on the first entry that you said you were single and now you are saying you are married. What if you are married after application? That's not the responsibility. The responsibility is what they say. If on the DSC 260 you are saying you are married, show the document. For them, they will see the documents. Yeah, you are married, but the dates and all other kind of things, it is you and the US Embassy. But the point is, you have admitted that your spouse applied as a single. But after applying as a single, and you have been married for over 10 years, what does the regulation say? If you go to read the instruction, the DV lottery instruction, DV instruction number 14 about the current marital status, here is what it says. Number one, there are the following marital status. There are 6 status. Number one is unmarried. Unmarried, that means you have never been married in your entire life. So you are 100% single. Never been married. Unmarried. You can be single but divorced. That is a different story. But unmarried, that means you have never been married. Secondly, you are married, but your spouse is not American citizen or is not a green card holder. It means if you choose that one, you have to include the information of your spouse. If you win, your spouse also wins, comes with you to the United States of America. But then there is another part. You are married, your spouse is American citizen, or your spouse is a green card holder. in that situation, there is no requirement of you to put the information of your spouse. Even if you put, you don't put, they don't care, because your spouse, because he's a US citizen or a green card holder, doesn't need to be included into being given the visa, because he's already a green card holder or he's already a US citizen. So the first one is unmarried. You have never been married before. The second one is married. Your spouse is not a US citizen or is not a green card holder. Means you have to put the date of birth, marital status, the country of birth, and the photo of your spouse. The third one is you are married. Your spouse is a US citizen or a green card holder. That means you don't need to provide information for your spouse, because they don't need to give the visa to your spouse because he's already a green card holder or a US citizen. Then the other one is you are divorced. Obviously, there's no problem with that. Then there is another one of being divorced. There is the issue, or you are widowed. Your husband, your wife has passed away. Then, or you are legally separated. So, listen very careful. Legally separated, it means legal. Legally separated, it means legal. It means by court. Not you just because you fought over the text message through WhatsApp, you went to your house to move to 3 weeks to come, you put it on the, oh, we are separated. Yeah, you are separated, but you are not legally separated. So, if you are legally separated, you must enter the name, date, information of your spouse, and the photograph of your spouse. That is very, very important. But again, on the legal separation, as I said, it is arrangement when a couple remain married but live apart following the court order. That is a legal separation. But, and you still put your wife, whatever, and even if you are legally separated, you are still in the process of doing the divorce, you still have to put the information of your spouse, but you will not come with your spouse. That is something to know. But if you are just conflicting with your spouse, just informally, you talk to the elders, you talk to your parents, and you live apart, even if you have lived apart for 1 year, you are still married. That is not separation. Separation in this context, they mean legal separation. That is, those are some of the things you must know that. So, what is the consequences if you fail to list your eligible spouse in this DV lottery? That is a ground for disqualification. So this person was disqualified because of not putting the eligible spouse, like the eligible marital status. It says as follows. Let me read this one, which people failure to list your eligible spouse or listing someone who is not your spouse. Some people, they put, oh, this is my girlfriend, I'm going to put here. There is no the information here on this is status, boyfriend and girlfriend. There is no information about this is, we are engaged. They don't care about that. You are single, unmarried, you are married, husband or wife is a US citizen or whatever. You are married, someone is a US citizen, you are legally separated, or you are divorced, or you are widowed. There is no engagement. There is no boyfriend and girlfriend. It doesn't matter. That is not a status here. So failure to list your eligible spouse or listing someone else who is not your spouse will result to the disqualifications of disqualification as the diversity visa principal applicant and refuse of all visas applications in your case at the time of the visa interview. So this person, this is what he says. This Alice, what he says. My question is, if KCC saw the first application that they saw my husband filled the first entry as a single, why did they KCC lead us to the IFRI interview and all payments? That is not the responsibility of the KCC. It's the responsibility of your husband. Why your husband lied that is single while he's married? Yes, you say we cannot lie about that. You have been married with 10 years and you have kids. But what happened to fill the form as single? Did he forget that he has been married for 10 years? Did he forget he has children? No. And this is what he's saying. And even the US Embassy even cancelled my husband's visitor visas, which has nothing to do with the green card interview. This woman doesn't know. The law says, it says this one, failure to list your eligible spouse or listing someone else who is not your spouse will result into disqualification of the diversity visa principal applicant and the refusal of all visa applications in your case at the time of the visa interview. So during the visa interview of the DV lottery, if you have any visa, like you have visa like visiting visa, student visa, any other type of visa, they are going to deny to cancel all other visas. So that is the instruction. I want people to understand the seriousness. So it is a small mistake this person did. Whether maybe he didn't have the photo of his wife, and you just go, let him apply as single, it's not a big deal. Or someone at the cafe, they tell you, oh, just apply as single. When you win, you are going to put your spouse. No. If you are married, you must put the information right away. Don't do any mistake of not putting that way. There is no sympathy, I've been telling you. So don't hate US Embassy. Don't hate America for your own mistake. The law is very clear. Instruction number 14, I can put, if you want, the link of the instruction. Number 14, the current marital status. Failure to put it, just putting the failure to list or putting a wrong someone who is not your spouse. You put your neighbor, whatever it is. They are denying you the visa as a principal applicant, and all the visas of the principal applicant, they are pending. They are going to deny all of them. They are going to cancel all of them. So Alice Rover, I'm so sorry for what has happened to you and your husband. But it is not the responsibility of the KCC to start looking okay, to look okay. You applied as single. Now you say you are married. Yes, if you married after, they do not know. You submit when they ask the submission, the document, oh, this person is married, they put the interview. So it is you. If you could ask me before, I could tell you, don't go to that interview. Unless otherwise your husband said he's single, let him go alone as a single. But anytime he comes forward, I'm married, game over. That is the law, unfortunately. So this is the example, and this is very serious. Put your husband, put your wife, your spouse. If you are legally separated by the court, put you are legally separated. If you are widow, put it that way. If you are divorced, by divorce, you have the document to prove that you are divorced, put that way. Not your husband, you are conflicted with your husband, and say, oh, go to your house, go and live with your parents. You consider that a divorce? No, it's not in American context. So for that case, you will be disqualified despite of winning. And it will cost you a lot. So make sure, get the photo of your spouse. Don't trust anybody to apply the DV lottery for you. Because those people at the cafe or cyber cafe, whatever you call them, they want your money so that they can apply. So they cannot tell you go and get the photo next week. They want to make sure that they will tell you, or they might not know these regulations. Or they might know and lie to you. Just apply as a single, then when you win, you can add your spouse. Get the photo of your spouse, get the photo of your children right now before the time to apply. Better not to apply at all if you are going to do, you are married, you have kids, and you don't want to put them there. Unless otherwise, you are married after the DV lottery, or you have kids after the DV lottery applying. You apply maybe October 5th, and you get married October 10, there is no problem. But if the marriage certificate shows you are married maybe a day before, 2 weeks before, you'll be in trouble. Even if a child is born 1 day before you apply, you must have the photo of your child. Don't say, oh, it is difficult to get the photo. It doesn't matter. There is someone has won the DV lottery. His daughter was hospitalized. He applied it without, I don't have a child. Now he won. They don't care whether the child was in the hospital. Go and take the picture. Someone is at the hospital. They don't care. But failure to put that on, you cannot come forward later to say I have a child. You are going to be disqualified. These are the rules and regulations. It is your responsibility. Failure not to know the law and ignorance of the law is not the defense of the law. So make sure you know all these kind of things before you are going to put anything. And by marital status, I have a video I've already said, if you have more than one wife, according to some of the cultures, some of the religions, some of the laws of the country, you are not allowed to put more than one wife. If you say you are married, it will come one box of one woman, one spouse only. There are some cultures, maybe you are allowed to have more than one husband. You are going to put one husband. There is no more than one, oh, I have 3 wives, let me put all of them. There is no any place to list them. Listing your girlfriend as a wife, you are going to be disqualified because they want to see the marriage certificate. Your marriage certificate, it says 2021, while you got the day of application 2020 in October, you are single. So be careful. Apply as single. If you get married down the road and your spouse has won while you are single, whatever, you are going to be added. There is no problem. But don't lie your marital status. You will thank me later. I'm sorry for Alice and other people. I've seen this case over and over. Many of them, they're in so much trouble. So be careful with what you need to know these regulations. Thank you so much. And remember to subscribe to my YouTube channel.